Well, hello and welcome back to episode 13 of Owning Panels with myself, Mike, and special guest tonight, member of the DMH team, Jay.
Hello.
We are back in the DMH office where it all started. This is where it all began.
It did. This is where we filmed episode 1, and Mike is up north this week working with Ollie from Zinc, who was, I believe, on episode 10. So he's made the drive over, and we are here in the office all together to actually go through. Can we go over the tiles? We can go over the secret review of the tiles that Michael went to the factory for this week, and also Jason's journey from HGV driver. Yep. Even though I don't let him drive the van, into
I can do it better than you.
into electrician, and for the last 18 months, a renewables electrician here at DMH. But what have you been on with this week, Mike?
So, yeah, can I just say, though, mighty fine renewables installer.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Only because you offered me 20 quid earlier.
Yeah. Well, do you know, I've been here God knows how long and I haven't heard that yet. So thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. It's always a pleasure working with you, Jay.
All I get is beats in the whip every single day. That's all I get. See the lash marks on my back.
We will go into more of Jay's journey very shortly. But yes, this week I have been down to a very small place in Wales. I actually stopped by a super rod on the way down there. That's how far south we were.
Well, I looked at coming with you, and then I looked at it, and it was 6.5 hours drive, and I wasn't doing that. And so
I wasn't even going to ring you and find out if you were coming. I thought, that's a little too far. So yeah, it was a very long way down in the valleys. And and we found this factory in the back and beyond, over the hill, down the valley. The bridge wasn't there anymore, type thing. And in there, we went to see the EnviroTile, which is the plastic replacement roof tile. And they have got a new mold going on, which will not only improve the EnviroTile itself, improve the efficiency of the manufacturing, so reduce the costs.
So less plastic product per tile.
Less plastic product per tile slightly, less wastage on the initial production, even though they recycle the wastage that comes off.
Oh, melted back down.
Yeah, it gets granulated.
Mold.
It goes back in. And I learned this week that also all the granules are recycled. I think they come from Lincolnshire.
Oh, really?
So they're a top quality UK recycled plastic.
With the polymer then, are they?
Yeah, there's some kind of polymer. Don't ask me the exact.
Yeah.
But yeah, these EnviroTiles, as we featured on, I think it was the Installer Show
podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Are a great UK product, and they are improving. And not only that, they have got the solar tile, which a little whisper that soon that solar tile will be improving as well.
Improving again. I mean, I've not seen this. I've only ever seen the solar tile at Installer Show. Mike tells me that the efficiencies are improving of it, the way of mounting that they are looking at how to improve mounting it and connecting it together. So next time someone asks me, can you do the Tesla solar slates? I'm actually going to say yes. However, they're going to be Welsh versions. And that's what we'll probably use. So yeah, if you ever want to look at doing a slate roof with built-in tiles that are actually solar panels, then do head down to DMH or even over into Mike's socials and get in contact, and one of us can help you with that. So
more than happy to.
Definitely want to be installing for you then.
Little plug there, lads.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get it in there. But we've got a few projects actually coming up with these, which is where it's really exciting. But yeah, there's lots more to come on that. There'll be a full episode on that, and maybe even get EnviroTile to join us.
Yes. That would be good.
But then, with how we covered tiles, we're now going to have to cover you and your journey and where you started. Because you didn't start, did you, as an electrician when you were a young whippersnapper some 20 years ago?
No, I did what most people my age at that time were doing, and I wanted to go out and earn as much money as I could as quickly as possible. And at the time, I was like, driving trucks sounds like a great thing to do. Go out and see the world and go and visit places and get paid to do it. So that's what I did, 18 years old.
But you covered all of Europe as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was all over mainland Europe.
Yeah.
I was down as far as Italy, northern Italy.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah.
Trust me, every time we talk and I say a location, you go, well, all you need to do is just go down there. It'll take you 4 hours. You know precisely the time.
Unfortunately, that's come ingrained into me over the last sort of 15, 20 years.
Every time he drives the van, he only ever does 56. Everywhere we go, 56.
And all my timing seemed to be at 56 miles an hour as
They
well,
do,
apparently.
Jim, we're going 20 minutes down the road. That'll take an hour.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what it was. 18 years old. I spent a few years dotting about different companies, different sort of avenues of driving trucks, because obviously there's loads of different things to do. But
because you actually also did polymers and plastics as well, didn't you?
I did polymers, yeah. I actually picked up the polymers, and that's why I was asking about polymers before.
He's not intelligent enough to know what a polymer is.
No, I actually picked up polymer balls, plastic balls, and they actually went into the making of the pound notes.
Really?
So I delivered them to
The Royal Mint?
No, to a company called Innovia, and they were at Wigton, which is Cumbria, over on the
West side.
Yeah, right on the west side. Yeah. So just up south of Carlisle, actually, and then come off and away to go.
See what I mean? So he's out from 42.
Yeah. It is actually it's drinking 42 p.m. Yeah. Come off. So anyway, it took there, and I was delivering polymers in a dry tankers, which was going into making foul notes. When we changed from paper to plastic notes, they were making them up there, but it was all under gun patrol. So you turn up with your lorry and you were getting searched. I mean, apart from the clothes, they searched everything else.
That.
Yeah,
Entire cab.
you were out the lorry. They had dogs in there.
Right.
They had everything in there, and you went into the factory site, but the actual sort of place where they made the money, the facility was at the back and it was gated. So you had to drive through the site first, and you came to another gated area that was under men with guns, and you were searched before you went in, and you did your delivery under what?
Because I won't lie, wagon driving and your stories over wagon driving do slightly fascinate me.
Well, you like to be, I think you're a secret trucker.
I am a secret trucker.
But on the flip side of that is, I have a million stories, and
makes it bearable.
1% would be exciting, and that's all you ever hear from a wagon driver. You don't hear about the 99.9% of completely mundane A to B journeys, delivering really boring stuff
up and down the
A1, speaking in their ear by, really, really uncomfortable. Can't even get your wagon level, rough on a curb, sleeping upside down. Like, you don't hear about all that type of stuff. You just hear about the slightly glamorous things of wagon driving.
How many miles do you reckon you covered in your whole wagon?
Well, on average,
in reverse.
Yeah. On average, you'd probably do around 140,000 a year, roughly.
I do that before breakfast.
So I had a 15-year career. So I was
well over it.
I'll be near 2 million. Yeah, not far away.
And I don't let him drive the van.
Yeah, well, do you know what? There's a story behind this as well, by the way.
Because you can't do long haul.
So when I came to work for Dan, he enticed me in with my own van. Oh yeah, I've got this van for you, blah blah. It's your van, da. Not 2 weeks later, do you know what? I'm just gonna have a drive today. All right, Dan. Yeah, no worries. And now I never ever see the driving seat anymore. It's imprinted with Daniel's hands like this.
I was say, I did think it was your van. Yeah. I'm sure he told me he got a van.
It's supposed to be my van, but I haven't driven it anymore.
Well, you can wash it then.
No, absolutely not. We have rules in this establishment, Daniel. You know the rules. Whoever drives it washes it. And since I don't drive it anymore,
Josh can wash it.
Josh can wash it, yeah. Josh is the washer now, isn't he?
Well, that brings me on to another thing, because you've now got Josh in the team, so the team's growing.
Yeah,
we have got Josh.
How's that going?
How's that? Josh is what now? 6 weeks in.
Yeah, 6 weeks in.
6 weeks already.
Yeah.
He's starting to come out his shell a bit, isn't he?
Yeah. He was very.
I wish you'd get back in yours.
Well, he was very, very, very timid the first couple of weeks he was here, but
no, he's making progress.
Yeah,
he's making real good progress, solid progress. And I'll teach him the right way, and you can teach him airway.
Yeah.
You teach him back and I'll teach him the most
Well,
efficient
I
way.
met him down at Solar and Storage last week, and I think he'll run rings around both of you soon.
Probably.
Chances I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you think come in handy at solar and storage.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, well.
I did see your story about that.
To be from after we'd already had the worst point of our life, poured each other perfect point and then ran off.
You did, yeah.
So,
You did.
talk about a man for himself.
Crazy. But you've got a little helper these days.
So yeah, James has been helping me on some projects, and he is learning. He is actually an apprentice to his mum and dad and electrical as well.
His mum and dad are
Electricians.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he has been with me
Really
on some
keeping it in the
projects.
family then.
Yeah, to learn the renewables side. So he watched this space. He should be coming on some more projects.
It's nice.
We'll have to have him on.
It's nice seeing young lads wanting to be in the renewables sector and interested in the renewables sector.
Just going back, I'm talking about like the young lads, you're not a young lad, but you came out of wagon driving.
Yeah. Sorry, we got a bit sidetracked.
Yeah. But then you moved into, you funded all your training yourself.
Yeah. So I was going through some bad stuff. There was some problems, some issues, and I realised that I couldn't live this single life anymore, travelling all over in the wagon and being away for weeks at a time.
Because you weren't away like 7 weeks.
Yeah. And not so much in my later part of my career, but it was always there, the option to do that. Yeah. So I got to a stage where I decided that I needed to be out, and I'd always had
get a 9 to 5.
Get a 9 to 5 if you like, what you want to say. Yeah. So and I'd always had an interest. I'd always worked with my hands. I know wagon driving doesn't really count for that, but it was all. I'd had a landscape business as well, so I
through COVID, which is where the joke of JCB came from, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I make him lift every flag, dig every trench,
lay every patio. I do all the groundworks. Yeah,
stick to what you know.
Stick to what I know. Yeah. So that happened as well. But I really wanted to get into the electrical world, basically. So I pre-planned this. It cost me around about 10 grand, all in all. But I'd pre-planned it. So I'd worked as much overtime as I could and saved up a chunk of money.
While you were driving?
While I was driving, knowing that on X day, which was September 2020 or whatever it was, I knew that I was leaving that job. They didn't know, but I did. I knew I was, because I had already...
Oh, really?
The driver didn't know,
No.
So I'd already paid for the course. I had to start this.
Yep.
I had to go down to Manchester and live down there because I didn't want to travel there and back every day. So I was staying in hotels Monday to Friday every week from the end of September until Christmas, and then 3 weeks into January as well. So I spent about 3.5 grand just on digs.
Really? Yeah. You must have really wanted to do that then.
I did really want to do it. Yeah, it was important. It was really important. It was.
The one thing I will say, and don't take this as praise because it certainly isn't.
Well, I'm just only one person in this room who's going to play any praise, and that's nice.
It is. But when you put your mind to something, you do tend to complete it.
Yes, yeah, I do. But I think that's probably the way I was brought up and my mindset and everything else. So I went around it the hard way, being 30-year-old before I'd come into the industry and having to learn everything again. But it's been really, really rewarding. And I now feel like I've accomplished enough now to say that I do work in this industry now. This is my industry and this is what I do. So yeah, it was a big jump, especially for someone.
You didn't come into renewables either, you did? You went through commercial fits and measurements.
Yeah, well, I went into industrial actually, because it was, at the time, it was the easiest route instantly. Was onto the industrial estate as a mate.
As an adult learner and mate.
As an adult learner and mate, it was the easiest route in for me just to get my foot into under the table and get me into the industry. So I spent 3 years doing that, metal munching and all that comes with it.
So is that actually, for anyone that's listening and they're looking to get into the industry, would you say that is probably one of the better routes in?
I would say as an adult, yes. Certainly onto the agencies, industrial work, commercial work.
You'll now get contacted by agencies, don't
all
you?
the time. I get 2 or 3 every week, jobs wise, from agencies. Yeah, all the time. And the good thing about that industry is
You're forced to learn a lot quite quickly, I'd imagine.
you first learn a lot quite quickly, but you're also allowed to make mistakes. It's because you're in a massive,
because it's
such large scale. If you make a little mistake, it's not detrimental.
No,
It's not-
like yesterday when you broke a panel, I knew about it, but when there's that many other people, you kind of can lose them mistakes of breaking the panel.
Yeah. So there's that.
Get that one in there.
Yeah. Broke a panel yesterday.
I did phone you, and it wasn't me; it was the wind.
Did you forget to strap it to the scaffold?
To be honest, mate, it was the very last panel, and it wasn't windy at all. It was a beautiful day. And all of a sudden, one bust. I ran over to Josh because he was having a nightmare trying to put a trip on a piece of rail. I ran over to him, and we both, and got the clip on, turned round, we both went back to go and pick up the panel and watched it go. Oh,
yeah. Been there, seen that.
Josh was like, oh no.
There's one thing we always do now with the first panel we put on the scaffold is cable tie it to the scaffold, because then nothing will go anywhere.
If the back one can't push the front one over.
Yeah. And that we always do that now. Cable tie the first panel.
There you go.
That is an absolute Mike's top tip for today.
Is that a new segment of Only Panels? Mike's top tips.
Mike's top tips.
I remember teaching that one to Matty and Nathan actually, and they were like, and they always do that now.
Yeah. Well, I've said to you now, every time we'll put a bungee cord around or a ratchet strap just in case to get to that time.
That is the best idea, because the last panel acts as a block.
And you've always got a cable tie with you on the roof.
For any wind, yeah.
Unless of course using valve case, which has cable clips.
Yeah, but we've come back to zip ties. Sorry, Phil.
Yeah. I don't believe them. They work in every scenario.
No, they don't. No.
Yeah, they've got their place. They
have got their place, yeah. Cliff Sayers was one.
Cliff's was one where we did a
huge big roll for panel.
Yeah, that
had its place perfectly well, but doesn't always work.
No.
Anyway, getting back to but I've done 3 years on the industrial sites, but I learned a lot, and it was a great experience.
Because you got all your MVQ stuff there, essentially, didn't you?
Yes.
You got all the evidence there.
Yeah. I've got all that there. I'd already done all the exams and everything, because I chose the route that did all your exams first. And then you come out to work afterwards and build your portfolio. But I wasn't feeling fulfilled on them sites, because you just get lost into the system. And also, it's quite regimented. It's unionized. There's rules and stuff that you have to follow. There's a lot of red tape,
but I've never been in that world. No, I've never been. I've literally worked for myself since the age of 18, really, on my own. So I've never been in that world where there's teams of sparks on site.
Yeah.
And you said to me in the past, haven't you? There will be people on them, and if you are in that world, don't take it personally, but that just look for doing nothing all day.
They do. So in our world, we are looking for solutions to problems, aren't we?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time, we're trying to find a solution to a problem. And it's really frustrating, because that's, me personally, that's how I work. I like to find a solution to a problem.
You don't create the problem first.
Well, yeah, we create it, but then we have to fix it, don't we? But on them sites, they're actively seeking a reason to not do the job, because they get paid regardless.
Yeah.
If they get stood down, if there's a health and safety concern or whatever it is, they're still paid regardless, and it doesn't matter to them. So whereas you might come across a gas pipe, water pipe, whatever. In our job, we would just go around it. We go around it, whatever. In that type of environment, they're just down tools and go, well, you need to get someone else in to do that. Sort that out before I can do my job.
That's not on the drawing.
And that could,
I suppose I've had a little taste of that on some of the bigger commercial industrial projects we've done, where it was a bit of red tape, health and safety nightmare, visits from H&S sort of thing, officers,
and then the lads on there are institutionalized, because they've been doing it for such a long time. They know every single little trick in the book. So when it's something minor. I mean, we've been stopped for a few big health and safety things, and that's fair enough because health and safety is important, you know. But when it's really, really minor stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous, and you're thinking to yourself, "Come on,
Yeah. Is it is really as bad as like they say, oh, you can't stand on a milk crate anymore type thing?
this is it. You're not allowed to stand on.
Can we see what you're sat on currently, Mike?
You're not allowed step ladders anymore. Step ladders are banned. They have to be platforms
Yeah, with handrails round.
with handrails and
Yeah.
chains.
Right.
Which, if you ever worked in an industrial area and you're working and you're tying cables on baskets and how are you supposed to get anywhere near with something?
Well, you've just done all that basket work, haven't you?
Yeah. I would imagine on a lot of those projects trying to get a scissor lift down a alleyway,
This is it.
and then you can't get anyone near you.
And then all you do is you end up being more dangerous because you have to use the equipment that you're told to use rather than using the step ladders in a safe manner to get you into a tight spot to do the job safely. It's ridiculous, you know. And I just never got along with all the red tape. So I knew that I needed to be out of that, but this was when the solar boom was going on.
Yeah.
And I sort of spent a few months knowing I needed to be off them sites, but not knowing what my next move was.
Yeah.
And so I'd sort of spent a good few months watching videos and sort of investing a little bit of time into my own learning, basically, on the renewable side, because you're not taught any renewables when you're doing your MVQs or anything like that. You're taught none of it. They don't touch any of it.
Yeah.
Apart from explaining what each renewable source does, and what it can be achieved.
Yeah.
It's a paragraph, and you say it, and that is it. That's all that's asked of you. You're not taught anything.
Solar panels come from the sun.
Yeah, it's like that's basically it.
The wind blows.
Yeah, grey water is all we water that gets reused.
Yeah.
So, but that's all you get. And so, me and Dan have been having a chat.
We've actually known each other for
For a lot of years.
years.
Yeah. We haven't been friends, as in we've not been in the same friend circle. Dan's life's been obviously a different direction to mine. But we've known each other for years, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we'd started having a couple of little chats and stuff about what I wanted to do moving forward. And you were, at the time, on the fence.
Well,
A bit like what we were with the Josh situation for a few months. We need an apprentice.
or even this building.
Yeah, we need an apprentice. I don't want to pull the trigger. It's too much of like a hike, blah, 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 blah. And sort of going backwards and forwards. And that's what you kind of do when I came on board, wasn't it? It was, you could really need somebody, but it's a lot to take on. It's another man's life and everything goes with that.
I've always said it's someone else's mortgage.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
so I'd come and done a week with you, didn't I, as a bit of a trial? And
You did a day.
yeah.
And then you
yeah.
came and did a day, and then you did a couple of days, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then I said I'd buy you a van.
Well, yeah, it didn't quite go like that. If that, I did a few.
Didn't I offer you the job at a set of traffic lights?
I know.
He stood at some traffic lights with a short skirt on.
Yeah. Was my pink tutu. That's what did it for him.
It was.
No, I'd done a few days for him, and then that was kind of it for about 6 weeks. And then at the time I was working away. Remember, I was in Scotland.
You were, yeah.
Yeah, I was on an electrical job. I was doing a bio plant up in Scotland. Again, job I hated, but it was either that or I had no work at the time. So I was living in a caravan.
But you were you self-employed for them?
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because at that time I was still doing my Instagram stories every day. The people that have followed DMH will know that I do Instagram stories every day. Don't do them so much anymore. But on bigger projects that I was always, I can do everything. I can lift panels. I can do rail.
You can lift a solar edge battery on your head, even though it's coming the next day.
Yeah. Even though you work with. But then we'd get Mike in one way every so often to do like the big projects where I didn't need a hand. But it was getting to that point where I couldn't do everything on my own. And it was that realization that maybe I did need somebody else.
yeah, and you'd given me a phone call anyway while I was in Scotland and said, I could really do with you for a week. Is there any chance you can come give me a hand for a week and do a solar job?
Yeah.
But I couldn't get out of that Scotland job because I had another 4 or 5 weeks on it, and I was up there. I was 250 miles away. So that sort of went at the wayside. But then I said to Dan, like, I'm coming back in 4 or 5 weeks' time. Please, if there's anything else, drop on me and I'll jump straight on it. And It was about 6 or 7 weeks later. We've probably spoken a couple of times since, briefly.
Begging.
And maybe. I think I literally was sat at some traffic lights in the car, and he pulls up next to me and opens the window. It was honestly, it was a bit like Fast and Furious scene. It was like he opens the window and he was like, "I'll have to buy you around. I'll bring you when you're out." I
was actually on the way to buy the hour crafter.
Yeah. And he rang me an hour later and he was like, "Right, let's talk."
So were you kind of thinking, I'm on my way to buy a crafter. I could really do someone to drive this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else does he know we could drive a 4.5 metre van and not crash it? Because actually that van's been crashed twice and I haven't done either of them.
Twice?
Yes.
When was the second time? Exactly.
You've crashed that van twice.
No, I have not.
Yeah, you have.
No, tell the people at home.
I don't believe there's been twice.
Into what? The first time I crashed it, I wasn't even in it.
No.
I left the handbrake off and someone's driving it, rolled down the drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you crashed. Oh yeah, you crashed the pickup as well a week after we moved into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And I haven't damaged a single vehicle, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't let you drive, as we've already established.
No, that's just an
Because you
excuse.
can't do
Yeah,
long
I
haul.
find this
I
really
can't
weird.
do long haul. Yeah, you can't do long haul.
You know that-
I'm so happy for you know what? I've spent years. Number one, I'm quite happy to sat in the passenger seat being passenger princess. Huh?
Yeah, and you're definitely not number one either.
So who drove today then, when you were out on surveys?
No, I didn't drive
You-
today. That was only glad he talked to Mike because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do get to drive.
Yeah. Well, letting Josh drive a bit now as well.
He's not in shoe.
Sorry, we reversed the van into the warehouse.
Oh,
So
he did,
he's
yeah.
never ever driving that van ever again.
No, he's not.
Josh, if
Yeah.
you're listening, you are never driving that van ever again.
He will be listening. I'm sure you'll make him listen.
Yeah, I offered you a job, and you've now been here 18
Yeah.
18 months already.
Yeah. Flat out. Flat out.
and we've never. I've looked back, but I don't think you've ever looked back.
You
since.
liar. Listen, mate, I've made your dreams come true.
I do feel like since you took on Jason, you've gone from strength to strength with DMH. You know, the projects seem to be flowing.
It's not. No, don't.
Not to big you up to, but
don't
what
take-
my point is there that he's actually, you've freed Dan up
I'm
to be
not-
able to
yeah,
do
yeah.
the
I'm not
admin
saying-
side and
Don't get this wrong way, but no matter who would have come in, would have freed me up to do the sales side and work on the business rather than
Yeah.
in the business more. But all credit to you that you were very quick to pick it up and allow me to trust you to go and do it on your own.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
really
think
think you with.
I don't take
I think
take credit for the way that this is now at all in any shape or form.
Well, neither
But
do
I do think that, and this is going to sound really cheesy, but I honestly think the best person to come into this business at the time you needed it was me. We complement each other very, very well. I honestly believe
I can say, having worked with you both, yeah, it's a pleasure to work.
we have good track on site. We know when to be serious. Things get done. The work gets done to a high standard all the time.
No, I do. I trust my customers. I trust you with. You've even got a company credit card now, haven't you? So
Yeah.
it's got a limit on it, but he's got a company credit card.
I've only got 10
I'll borrow that later. I'll borrow that later. Thank you very much.
I can't even get dinner, mate.
Yeah.
I didn't even get my dinner. Well, I couldn't get it my dinner if Dan's with us.
But no, you are a credit to the company now.
I feel like we've got a good system going. That's what it is, and everything works well. And now I'm up to speed, and we've got Josh coming on, and I can be teaching Josh while you're out being directing. It's
6 hours of being in the car today.
6
Yeah.
hours, yeah.
and hopefully when we get
Up to Wales.
One way.
One way, yeah.
in about 6 or 8 months' time, when I've got Josh up
I
to,
don't think I'll need to be on the tools.
no, probably not. Yeah, once I've got Josh up to a level where I can trust him to not, don't take this the wrong way, Josh, but like doing things while he's not in my eyesight.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to take time. But
Yeah, it's going to take time. But at the moment, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm trying to allow him to get stuck into the deep end. But at the same time, I've still got one eye watching. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, what is less obviously is I spend more time off the tools now, and then I come back onto the tools for a day after not being there with you and Josh,
Yeah.
and sort of I'm watching Josh, and I go, well, actually, You can use a screwdriver now.
Yeah.
That's nice to see.
Well, like I said, yeah. Like today, for example, and I know it sounds like very basic things, but I'm sending them backwards and forwards to the van every 2 seconds for different tools and things.
Because if
like
you are an apprentice, you are also a gopher.
yeah,
Because that's how you learn what stuff is on the van.
yeah, absolutely,
You've got to go
yeah,
and find it. You've got to go and make those mistakes.
100%.
Come back with the wrong thing and annoy you. And,
100%. 100%. You need to know where things are kept in the
Although
van.
he did have his life when he asked how to use a spirit level.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did ask. He said,
Yeah.
"How do one of them things work?"
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. He's really, really green, Mike. He's really, really.
But then you're able to mold him into
absolutely
what you need in the way,
Yeah.
especially for renewables installer.
Yeah.
So that's really, really.
Yeah. I mean, renewables. It doesn't really. In my opinion, being an electrician, there's lots of different ways to get the same outcome.
Yeah.
I don't believe there is in renewables because there is a standard that you have to get to with renewables. That it has to be done a certain way to make sure that the roof's watertight, to make sure the electrical is safe. Everything there's not a lot variance in it.
Do it.
Yes, there's not a lot of variance in different ways and things you can do. It's got to be done. That is it, and that's the level that it has to be at.
And then a little bit more.
Yeah, and a little bit more to make things pretty, but it has to be done that high standard as a bare minimum.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean,
So episode 1.
but if you're any installer work, you're told that's what you're working to. As we know,
You came to that. Like,
Yeah, that was the
podcast together. Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was the first time you'd worked together as well on site. And what was it, -2 that week?
It
we
was
were all
horrible,
on the
wasn't it?
list looking at that. It was episode 1 that we watched of OnlyFans.
it wasn't the first time we worked together.
You were Mac?
Yeah, no, we did the Scarborough/Whitby job for
For Mark.
That was in middle of December.
Of course it was,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right, yeah.
No, I think that was the
Scarborough,
first-
they're
that
back
was
in
the first
Scarborough.
one.
How could I forget? I'm in Scarborough this week.
Yeah, and that was the first time I met the hat.
The hat. Yeah. And to be honest, I think we worked really well on that. Come together.
Well,
I think Mark was really pleased with the progress we made
Absolutely,
quite rapidly on that one.
Well, and
in the depths of winter as well.
And that's another thing. When you installers and you're in that group where you're all working to that same standard, that same level, it's very easy to fall into each other with it because you know where you're at with it. You know what you're doing. It's very easy to gel when.
We've been and done installs for Mark, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
With roofing, and like you say,
you just drop straight in and straight out because you all know where you're at and you all.
It's important. You've got to have each other's backs on there, haven't you? If
absolutely
the worst comes, or like I say, it's windy on that roof, and you're carrying a panel, you need someone just to have your back and just
absolutely
one eye on what you're doing.
And that's one thing I've learned coming out of industrial/commercial environments into what we do now.
Yeah. So was that very much every man for himself?
Yeah, that's every man for himself all the time. Yeah, that is.
No one to help you.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. You don't get any help whatsoever. It's every man for himself.
Because it hasn't all been through smooth sailing, has it? Because you actually, although I said you've got all your MVQ stuff on site doing your commercial, the company, did you go bust?
Yeah. Option Skills, the company that I did my training with, they went bust. But
you've had to start your MVQ. The last thing you need, I'm right in saying, is your MVQ, isn't it?
Yeah. So I had to start it all again.
Wow. And that's,
Because at the time...
While we're on the subject of Mark and Apprentice 1-to-1, because obviously his courses are coming quite soon, and hopefully you'll be able to, in the future, do MVQs and stuff for electrical. Right.
Yeah, do it the right way.
Yeah.
And not leave people high and dry.
Your MVQ, and you've lost all that money as well.
Yeah. That initial £10,000 it cost me, I then spend another 3.5. So
how much of that almost did you complete and you got that you didn't have to redo? Did you have all your
it was all there.
It was all there, every last bit of it.
It was all there. It just needed submitting.
Yeah. But the company that I did it with hadn't submitted it.
So you got none of that evidence, or?
Well, so basically what happened was the company went into liquidation and shut us all out for 7 months, left us in the dark. It was going through litigators and the company and the administrations, and they basically sent out a blanket email to every single student saying, you've got 1 week. Because we were on a portal. We were on that company's portal. That was where all your online stuff was.
Everything's uploaded to
Go on there. Everything that you've submitted, everything that's been submitted to EAL is on there. And you've got 1 week's access. Go on there, screenshot everything, take everything, sit all the lot, and then we're closing it down for good.
1 week.
Yeah.
And that's 1 week's notice. I mean, if you don't see that straight away,
Yeah, well, this is it.
you've got literally days, if not hours, to download everything.
So there was exams that were missing from 3 years ago. My 18th edition was missing from 5 years ago. There was practical exams that were missing because all they are is because they're not physical paper form. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like it was very poorly organised.
It was very, very poorly
It's almost
organised.
surprised it went bust, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very, very poorly organised. And then apparently 2 weeks after it had been put into liquidation, the director of the company had opened a new company under a slightly different name. And actually, a lot of option skilled students have ended up, they'd found out where he lived in Birmingham and they went and destroyed his house. I mean, I don't condone any of that, by the way, but
I can imagine there was a lot of angry people that lost a lot of money. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. It's like there was a lot of people that lost a lot of money, but a lot for me, I lost money and time because I was completed. But there's lads that were screaming on their group chats that had paid in full, and 7 days later the company went bust. So they literally paid all their money. They knew they were going bust beforehand.
Yeah, of course.
And they took their money and they ran with it. And these lads got left high and dry with nothing. And they literally a week after, so they didn't even have anything to show for it.
I think there's a point there as well that it's important if you something like that, if you can pay with a credit card.
Absolutely. Well,
You've got a lot more protection.
That is it. And actually something else I found out, I think it's section 75, is it? Of a credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so something else I found out.
You only have to pay a very small percentage.
Yes. So even if you are paying £15,000,
pay a £5 on your credit card.
Pay a £5 on your credit card. As soon as you pay that £5 on your credit card, your whole lot is covered. Yeah, 100%. So that is a little top tip from me. Make sure that
good advice.
I'm going to do a top tip now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
When you park the van on someone's drive, put the handbrake on.
All the clicks.
Ding, ding.
All the clicks.
Did you know you're not supposed to press the button as you pull the handbrake? I learned that this week. You're supposed to let it ratchet click all the way up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it was on Jobbers.
I don't put the handbrake on. Yeah.
Dan never puts the handbrake.
Yeah. It was on Jobbers' Instagram. You know, he reviews all the crashes.
Yeah.
And he said on there, you're supposed
Always
to
let it click.
Always let it click, which sounds counterintuitive, but apparently.
Yeah. But I guess.
Yeah.
No.
You're doing no.
Because then can I get in the van 2 minutes later and go and start the van?
I was always leaving parking gear. Yeah. This comes from driving Land Rovers, but.
Yeah.
Rough and.
Yeah. It's fruitful. Yeah, fruitful.
Career.
But it's led me to where I am now, ultimately. So I've got no regrets. I've got no regrets at all. It's made me seasoned, if you like.
Yeah, you've experienced a
I've
lot.
been through trials and tribulations with it all. It makes it even more sweeter.
Yeah, you probably know the things you don't want to do.
Yeah. And this is it.
He knows the things he doesn't want to do.
Being in renewables, it made me realise that. Again, it sounds cheesy, but I feel like this is what I was born to do. Like, this is what I feel like I was meant to do.
Yeah. What's your favourite part of?
What, renewables?
I know what mine is.
I know what mine is. Yeah, it's customers first when they see the smart meter go to zero.
Yeah. It's the same.
It's like instant jubilation for them.
Yes.
And for us, because up until that very moment, for them, it's just, this has cost a fortune. It's money. You switch it on, you commission it, that smart meter goes to zero, and you see the look on their face. And then,
I think there's one just behind Mike's head.
Yeah. And then the next best bit is running around the house turning everything on.
Yeah.
You see it doing on the app. And
This
like,
is free. This
yeah,
Yeah.
like that there for me. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. That's it for me. And but also not just that for the customer side of things. That is it's a beautiful thing seeing the customer really happy about it. But I feel like the community that you get from Renewables, it's unlike any other community. I
would
don't
say
feel
it's
like
quite close, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
we're a very, very close knit community of installers.
Yeah.
And, you know, when we got these trade shows and everything like that, it's really, really nice to see people, you know, and catch up. And
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because we have just come back from solar and storage, haven't we?
we've just come back from solar and storage. And it's like, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the tight knit of people that we've got and how much we can rely on each other. And it makes you feel, you know, part of some dysfunctional family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that because of obviously coming from the industrial background where you are just a number, nobody cares about you.
You go in at 8, you go home at 5.
You clock in at 7, they go at 5.
You're
and
not
that's what
fucking at 7.
you do on the industrial estate.
Well, you can start here.
Don't think so, mate. Don't think so. I made the rules up in here. And
I've never seen it up here in his life.
no. I have a social life now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're at home.
Yeah.
You actually get home.
I like Cuddle Club on the morning now. So
yeah, he goes to jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu in the morning or train in the gym. I train Tuesdays and Thursdays and I do jiu-jitsu Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's actually quite important as well with physical health.
Well, I think that's...
Remember when he went to the gym the other day, did you?
Hang on, Daniel. No, let's probably at that, mate. Who had me drinking litres of red wine every day when we finished work?
I haven't made you do nothing.
Yeah, you did.
Just because we like a bottle of, obviously we sound like a married couple. Just because we like a bottle of red wine together when we work.
Oh, yeah, candlelit dinner, mate, wasn't it?
Jay, you did go to the gym. I will admit, he went to the gym. He had a look round.
I got the card.
Well, he got the card and told Daisy he's
Yeah.
going to the gym.
I got the card. And then he sat on the dining table while he's... Yeah, it was tiring. It was wet and it was cold. And there was lots of
Staggering
alcohol involved.
staggering it in 2 months, that'll have been a year.
It's frightening. I was only thinking the other day, there was a job I was doing with Mark down in Wales, Bridgend. That was Halloween, that job. So that is like, a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental.
It was second week. It was first or second week back after Christmas this year? We did that Lake District job.
Yeah.
Still the worst roof I've ever been on.
Do you know? Yeah, afterwards.
What was your...
Yeah, it was absolutely dreadful. It was.
Well, you were still relatively new to it at that
I
point
was
as well.
still relatively new. I'd only been in the industry.
That was your
I don't-
first slate roof.
Yeah. It was my first slate roof working on it. Yeah. It was god awful. I mean, even in my infancy of working at the renewable sector,
In roofing.
a whole array bouncing on one of the rooms was attached.
the one thing it needs to be is attached to the roof, and it wasn't.
And to be able to go like this with the whole array, and I mean, that's probably an exaggeration, but you could bounce it with your hands a good 4 inches, couldn't you?
Yeah, there was a
Like
lot of
this.
those screws that weren't actually fixed into
But they just
anything.
weren't into anything,
No.
were there? It was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. So that was nice, getting that one over the line. And then the other thing that was nice was
It's lovely that I've not heard from. Although we
there
did
was a
it year
storm
ago.
a few days later, remember? 90 odd mile hour winds, and we were packing it, weren't we? Thinking, oh, God, I hope we don't get a phone call off him. And you spoke to him.
Honestly, I was waiting for Dan to ring me.
Yeah. And you spoke to him afterwards, didn't you? And he
I
said the
thought-
only thing he could hear was his window shaking. Now that is the sign of a decent job in a storm. And that's how it should have been done the first time round.
Absolutely, yeah.
Take note.
Yeah, not the fifth. Was it fifth time that scaffold?
Yeah, fourth or fifth
We
time,
know
wasn't it?
the fifth time we put the fifth scaffolding up on the house, and thankfully for the last time.
Yeah.
Unless he wants any more, that is.
I think he's ticked off with soda now.
I think it'd be enough to put anyone off, wouldn't it? Either.
Yeah.
But by that point, you either want it off
If
the
you
roof
had that
or
much
just,
bad experience
just to
with
know
it, yeah.
it's done right.
I mean, but the main thing is we got in there in the end, though, didn't we?
Yeah. And to be fair, quite enjoyed the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
a bad job to do at all.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
cold.
was-
Yeah.
It was cold, but we had some beautiful scenery around us. And
John's
it-
in for a treat this year, isn't
Yeah, he's probably not experienced
He's
the
never
extremes.
experienced
Yeah,
I'd said to him this morning, I was like, because obviously we've got our coats and trousers and stuff, and I sort of said to him, because I obviously had my coat and didn't know when I got out the van, I was like, mint this. And I was like, if I can give you any advice at all, I'd say invest in a really, really good coat. And he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, no, I'm not talking about a Berghaus or a Montaigne.
You get go, you know, you can do goose on.
Yeah, I'm talking about a real workwear, properly waterproof, breathable jacket.
Mm.
I said
Yeah.
it will be the best thing you will invest your money in when you're working on a roof in the middle of December and it's freezing and wet and windy and blood. And I
I
said,
have bought into the coat.
yeah, no. I'm buying coats and hoodies and t-shirts and everything else, but they're not the deepest, darkest winter, rather.
No, when you
Yeah,
face it, and probably you're more northerly, so you're
Yeah.
going to face the extremes probably.
Oh,
more
we
than
don't
do in
stop all
the
year.
No, we
Yeah.
don't stop.
Yeah,
We don't rain off roofs.
There's fair weather installers, isn't there?
Yeah.
I feel like it's all about DMH tonight, but no, we don't stop. We'll install on Christmas Day if I want to eat turkey and drinking.
Yeah.
I might call you up this year and offer you an install.
I would
on my
want to
house
install
for Christmas Day.
me on Christmas Day. Like,
Oh no.
it might end up that job like Keswick.
Yeah.
Well, think on that note.
Yeah, it's been really good to hear your
Yeah.
story of your journey into renewables and electric.
Yeah. Many more years to come, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will be back next week with another episode and another guest, hopefully. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks very much.
See you soon.
No, I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow at work.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
to work now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at work, I'm not taking the van now.
No. It's not all that. We shan't do that.
All right, okay.
But no, thank you very much, and we will see you in the next one. And it has been nice to have everyone in the same room on this one, not over the internet. So
That's it, back here where it all began.
cheers.
See you soon.